Hey everyone, and welcome back to my Curse of Strahd player walkthrough guide. And today I'll be covering the quest Yester Hill. Okay, so this is a pretty short one, pretty simple to get through. There's not much here, so let's just dive on into it of the areas of interest. First off, you got the Druid Circle. So any creature that climbs over the black boulders here has a 10% chance of being struck by lightning, taking 8d10 damage. Now you can avoid this by sticking to the two trails that pass through the ring. There's also a wooden statue here that contains a gem. It only has 50 hit points, so if you use oil on it and catch it on fire, it will burn every turn until it's reduced to 0. Now there's kind of a downfall to that though. So a character with a passive perception of 16 or higher will notice that there's dozens of graves around the field. Now if you burn the statue, 6 druids and 6 berserkers will rise from those graves and attack you. Now this is a very deadly encounter for any party lower than level 8, so be cautious. The berserkers have low AC, same with the druids, but the berserkers have a lot more health, whereas the druids don't. So, I don't know, use that to your advantage. Again, I would say casting an AoE spell, you might have luck. Possibly like a strong enough fireball might kill off the druids. But the problem with this is they're kind of scattered all over the place. So you might want to try to bait them and lure them and try to funnel them, or group them, try to group them together and then just launch like AoE spells at them to at least kill off the druids. And then you could just focus everything on the berserkers, which would be a lot easier to deal with. So that might work. And then we have the Goofiest Tree. So here's just a big tree, but there'll be like a bunch of vine, needle, and twig blights, which we've already went over before. We've already dealt with them, and at our level, they're pretty easy. Just cast fire spells, AoE them, pretty much you could probably kill them all in one shot. Now the tree itself, it won't attack or really do anything, but if you destroy it, no more blights will spawn in the realm. So you won't have to deal with them anymore, and you'll get a big chunk of XP if you're doing like an XP based campaign. Now there's also a dead body here with a magic axe. It does bonus damage to plant creatures, but if someone who isn't a good alignment wields it, they'll take 1 damage after each attack they make. So I mean that's pretty much it for the areas of interest where there's really anything. Now again, this is kind of a scenario where your DM might put some extra stuff in here, or they might not. So I'll just kind of go over the extra stuff they might do. So you might have to fight a tree blight. Again, we've covered them before. They got low AC, just a lot of health to grind through. So if you can keep it at distance and just cook it, fireball it, whatever, just keep launching ranged attacks at it, you might have an easier time, but shouldn't be too hard if that's the only thing you're up against. But if you have to deal with that, plus the druids and berserkers, you're going to be in for a really hard fight. I don't really know how you'd get around that. Hopefully your DM doesn't do that, because that would basically be like a party KO, because that's just way too much to deal with. That'd be way too difficult, considering it's already a deadly encounter enough as it is. So, but yeah, they're not too. Just the tree blight alone won't be too hard to deal with. And then the last thing is one of your characters might hear a voice in their head. If they do, it's a spirit reaching out to whoever. You should follow it and don't be afraid of it. It will bring you to a grave that has a +2 blood spear. But only the person who the spirit talked to actually gets the bonus. So the DM might just roll and pick at random who it'll talk to. So, but that's pretty much it for Yester Hill, and I hope going into it you'll have some you'll know what to do. So come back in the next video when I'll be going over Argen Vostholt. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's a big one. So we're gonna go over that next time. So don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the video, and you know what you got to do. You know how to do it. Peace out, guys. Yeah.